Hello, welcome back again to another episode of SQLite. Today we're going to be talking about the Python SQLite application. Now, if you want to use a full SQLite, look at the schema, create all the tables, see what's there. DB browser that's already done is a nice way to go. This is basically to create a data entry operator interface that allows you to limit what they can see and what they can change and how they go about it. Now, depending upon what you want to do, that may be what you're looking for. Most of the functionality here is fairly straightforward. You've got a description here that goes through all the stuff. I've already done the SQL read if you want to look at that in a previous video. Now for this one, this is all the writes. So you're going to do an insert, you have an update, and you have a delete. These are all going to be defaulted in the hardcode to the database that's already hard-coded in there. It goes into the table, which here is system 1. If you wish, you can modify the database, add other tables, and then you can just change this or change the code to default to something else if you like. Not a big deal. This is basically just a quick and simple example to get you up and running so you don't have to go through and try to relearn everything from the base up. And if you already have a basic idea of what you want to do, you can hit the ground running and just modify this how you wish to use it. Now, the basic functionality here is pretty straightforward. You have insert, update, and delete for all the writes you want to do. Now you have a view table, a SQL command, a write, and a clear. The clear clears out what you see in the scroll box, so let's just do that now. We'll give you a view table to take a look at what's already in the database so you can see. You've got your IDs here, which you can see is this. You've got your date is here. Now the slight distinction being this is human readable interface type strings that most people are used to. When you're using SQLite, you have to enter it as an integer. There is no datetime type, so this is the workaround. This is kind of the old Unix UTC, which basically goes back to basically how many seconds past 1970. It's an old thing. It works perfectly fine. You've got your long integers now, so you don't have to worry about Y2K type stuff happening. So basically, let's give you a few example runs here to let you see if you like it. Give you an insert. Now, if you want, I've added this where you've got a get now, where that'll click and get you the exact date of exactly what the now current time is. You have the operator. You can click that or not. You have the flow. Now, for all these, you don't need to click these checkboxes for the insert. You're going to have to need them all. It's going to ignore the ID, but your date, time, operator, and flow will be inserted into a new record. So let's just take a look at the command, and you can see you've got insert into system, date, time, operator, flow rate. The values, this is the integer I was talking about, UTC. It's called Epoch if you want to look it up. You've got the operator, in quotes, as a string, and you have the flow. Now, the flow itself, it's a real number. You don't have to leave it at 1. So let's just say we want to call it 1, 2, 4, 5. Now, let's try that again. Okay, well, let's hit the SQL command, see what happened. Oh, look at that. Okay, so now you got the same thing, but you got a real value there. So let's write this. Now you remember your last one here was 11. Your date, John Doe. Let's take a look, see what we've got now. So let's view the table. And there you go. Now we created a new one. You've got a new timestamp. This one was just John with basically 1.45 as far as the flow rate. Now, let's say we want to update that. Okay, we'll click on the update. Now, John, all the others are a full first and last name. So let's change John. We're going to change John, and we will give John a new last name. Let's call John Bonjoy. Okay, now we want to click the update operator to let you know. Now you You can do one or all three. It's basically in the background code to check for how many you've got. If you do none, it'll ignore it. If you do all three, it'll update all three. So let's take a quick check here, and let's just change this so you can kind of see. We'll get now, which is a new time now, and that should be the same when we update that, and it's going to be record 12. So we're going to have to tell it we want record ID 12. Now let's see the SQL command for that, and that's going to say we want to update system1, set the operator, which is the one and only we got selected there, to John Bonjoy, where ID equals 12. Let's write and execute that. Let's clear this. And we'll remember, actually, you know what, let's not clear this. Let's view so you can see. Now, you remember this was 891 for the time with John. Now we changed John. We still got the same flow. We still have 891 for the time. All we changed was the name. That's what updates are there for. You don't have to change and rewrite the whole thing. You just change what it is you want. Now you also have delete. Delete is also one of those dangerous commands you got to be careful of. So what I basically did is I hard-coded, so it's going to delete where ID equals. That way you can only delete one ID at a time. Now we've already got all 12 here, so let's delete ID 12. And we're going to see the SQL command for that. Delete from system1 where ID equals 12. Let's execute that. Okay, let's view the table. Now we had a 12 with Bonjoy 1.41. Oh, he's gone. No 12. So there you go. Quick functionality, insert updates and deletes, all done in Python there for you, quick and easy to start up. I'll put the link down below this video if you want to go grab it. It's a cheap and inexpensive download. Hopefully you appreciate it. If you really want to learn how to do it, this is a quick and easy way. There's tons of other books to learn Python, to learn all the background, all the other stuff. That's not what this is. This is to give you an application to hit the ground running. So if that's what you want to learn, I appreciate you stop by and order one. Thanks a lot. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.